Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Okay, no problem. Thanks for dropping in. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna. Oops. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Yes. Oh. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare, oh my Lord, oh, it's amazing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Let's see here. Let's do this here. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, it's so nice to be with my friends here today. God, it's so nice. So nice. So nice. Are you guys happy too? Let's get out the party book. This is the party book here. That's all they did. They saved the world by having a big party, man. Saberton party. Yeah. I just love, chanting and it's like literally, it's like the Lord. It says the Lord descended into this world as His name. But that's not quite complete. He descended into this world, and she descended in this world. See, they both descended. Radha and Krishna descended in this world. See, that's the complete, man. Not just the name. See, the name and the feeling, the name and the love. See, the love for the name. See, that's Krishna. Krishna is non-different from His name. He came here in that vibration, and the vibration of love, actually, the frequency of this loving Krishna, loving the world. This is perfect enlightenment. It's perfect. Nothing more perfect than that. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita.
Yeah, Radha is non-different from her name either.
Yeah, same. Exactly. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was realizing when I was chanting, Krishna was showing me um, that what's going on in the world is the living entities want to be predominated. That's why, the government is getting so strong, because the masses, they want to be controlled. They want to be told what to do. They want to follow instructions. They want to follow their leader. See, because it's our nature. We're jiva. See, we're jiva. See, but the some people that are a little more intelligent, they think, well, wait a second, I don't know, this master out there is kind of dark, kind of illogical. I don't know if we want to follow them. So the masses, they're not so intelligent, and they follow the demons. The demons are controllers also. You notice they're very much into control, and gaining control. See, so we got that going, that scenario going. The masses, they're making their move because the masses want to be controlled. And so the Lord is fulfilling their desire. They want to follow the leader. And then the ones who are a little more intelligent, they think, well, I don't know about this. I don't know if we trust you. Because we've seen that you're kind of selfish, like this. See, they can see that. They got enough intelligence for that. See? But they can't see the thing is, even they have to be controlled. Okay? So it's like they're kind of in a limbo. See, so the ultimate understanding, so that actually that's why they go for liberation. They want to be liberated from this, and all this. They want to go into, this liberated state, and be more in charge of their lives by, this light thing, becoming one with God. And see, it's a pretty, it's an impossible prison to escape from, except one way. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we got the Vaidhi Bhaktas. They also want to be controlled, see? But they want to be controlled. Why? How? By the Vedas, by the rules. See, they want the rules to control their lives, which is, it's better. It brings them up to as much as a Brahmin. See? So because the Brahmins, they follow the rules. I mean, if you're a real Brahmin, I mean, it's hard to be a real Brahmin. I mean, you're going to work your whole life to be a good Brahmin in this world. I mean, you'll spend your whole life, and at best you'll die a good Brahmin. Oh yeah, I made it. I've regulated and all that stuff. It's still material. See, Brahmin, still on the level of Brahmin. Well, that's if you make it to that kind of Brahmin you see equally to everything because you're in oneness and stuff like that. That's if you make it to that place. A lot of Brahmins are still stuck on the mental plane of the rules, the regulations, just following like a program, program, still a program. So they're following. So everybody, our nature is jiva. We're meant to be predominated over. Lucky are those who come here. You know why? Because this is where you get predominated by this love of Radha and Krishna, which is the best. It's freedom, man. Come on, man. Look at this freedom, man. Look at it. You get everything. You get perfect intelligence to see what I just said there. Who can see that? Who can understand these? You have to get it by revelation. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but you can't understand any of these things unless you're predominated by the love of God. See, you become a son for that in this world. Is the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? See, the Holy Spirit is this love for the Father. Well, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's not exactly conclusive, actually. Not on this level. See, Father, it's more of the love of God. It's more the beloved, the lover and the beloved. That's more like that. See, and then the what's born of that is the light, is the truth. The truth is the spiritual body of a devotee. They radiate that as like a sun, not like a sun. Well, it could be you're born of that. You're born of actually the father and the mother, but that has to come through the word of a devotee. See, already somebody's already been born. You must be born again to enter the kingdom. See, you need somebody's been born again and has been, that's made it through, is a bit mature, because you could see people get love of Krishna, but if it's not mature, they can get squashed still by Maya, the illusion. Yeah. Well, that's why the Lord's restricting the freedom is because, is a lot of stuff going on here, because that's part of enlightenment, to people see, see, if you serve a free man, you'll become free. So a free man and woman is the ultimate, is the Lord. See, Radha and Krishna, they're the free man and woman. See, what do you think Vrindavan is? It's a place of freedom, isn't it? You notice the devotees there do what they want. What do they want to do? They just want to be with each other, man. That's called love. That's called family. Hey, that's all the Lord is saying. Hey, man, I'm just happy that I have friends that want to be with me and we can play together. And that is perfect. That's perfect serving God, because it's all about making God happy. People following the rules, they're trying to please the Lord. Okay, that's fine. There's some pleasure in that, and you'll feel it, maybe, if you're lucky. Right? But the highest pleasure is serving the Lord by being his intimate friend and beloved, and living in Vrindavan, and wanting to be predominated, by that love. See, that love of Krishna. That's why anybody coming here is very fortunate, because you're going to learn the ultimate pleasure of God, the ultimate happiness. You're going to experience the ultimate freedom. There's nothing, you show me something beyond this. You show me some guru that's leading you quickly to such a place. Nobody I've seen. Yeah. Yeah, that was great. It's great to be with devotees. Yeah, and it's great. Even, I mean, this great just to be here too. And it's, was a wonderful boon for us to be together in Turkey and all of that. It was a lot of drama going, but that's part of the program. Little drama going here and there. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, back to the story. Advaitacharya roared jubilant. Oh, this is Madhya Kanda chapter 2, page 248, middle section. Advaitacharya roared jubilantly, and all the devotees joined. God had descended in the form of rain, and everyone chanted Haribol. Someone said, "My son has become a great devotee, so we will propagate the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord to increase our joy." Yeah, this, when the effective stage of chanting is you chant the holy name and you feel joyful. But why? Because it's the descent of Radha and Krishna in this world, and that gives joy to real devotees. See? But not only gives joy to them, they radiate that. See, that's what the spiritual master principle is. Basically, we just need big brother, spiritual big brother, to lead us to that place, to be like them, to be like a Jesus, to be like a Nityananda, like a follower of Nityananda. They're all joyful, ecstatic, because they can cause the descent of the Lord. Nobody else can do that. See, what? Cause the descent of the Lord in the form of rules and regulations? Well, that's okay. But how about causing the descent of the Lord as Radha and Krishna, and that joy that the Lord brought here 550 years ago? Wow. Now we're seeing something really tangible, very powerful. Yeah. Someone said, oh yeah, the devotees offered their obeisances to Advaita Acharya and left in great ecstasy, chanting the holy name of Hari. So the devotees were joyful already because they chanted the holy name, you know. But then they had such an ecstatic chanter like Lord Caitanya, and that was going to increase their joy more. That's why it's important to be with ecstatic devotees. It increases our happiness, our joy. And it's not just joy of the world. No, it's God joy. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. See, all these things, all these songs. I always love that song. Wonderful song. Joy to the world. See, that's conclusive. That is absolutely. Because when the Lord comes, there's joy in the world. Otherwise, there's no real joy. Yeah. Joy of the world. What is that worldly joy? Conquering over others. Winning for yourself and making others lose. What a horrible joy that is. What a twisted joy. It's twisted. It's darkness. It's the shadow of the truth. It's not pure. The joy of the Lord makes one joyful and makes others joyful. Or if they're contaminated, it makes them miserable for a time when it just brings out the poison, draws out their poison. That's how the joy of God is beautiful. It's wonderful. Whenever Vishwambara met anyone on the street, he would always speak with great affection. When he went for his early morning bath in the Ganges, he would meet all the Vaishnava devotees on the way. When he saw Srivas Thakur, he would offer his obeisances. Being very pleased by his behavior, the devotees would bless him, saying, "May you develop unflinching devotion to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna." See, that's a devotee's blessing. Why wouldn't you get that? Because you're with somebody with unflinching devotion. They don't swerve from that path. Why would they? It's the best. They found the best there. I mean, it took me a while to be confident of that myself. I had to try this and that. See? But love of Krishna, oh man, that is fantastic. That's Radha's love for Krishna. It's the best. It's for connoisseurs. It's the most intimate. You know, a lot of Christians, they have some kind of love, right? They have the Holy Spirit. Yeah. But what is their vision of their Lord? You know, oh yeah, Jesus on the right side of me, you know, they're up there. It's a Vaikuntha mood more. Yeah. Jesus is like a great king, you know, in the side, sitting on a throne with God. See? So kind of very patriotical kind of thing. Instead of Radha sitting up there is Jesus, you know. Jesus was what the embodiment of love, right? You could look at like, you know, like Prabhupada was in a male body, but he was actually a gopi, right? He had that kind of love. Yeah. So nobody really knows Jesus really well. They would think, let's put him on a throne with God, you know, as a man, you know, kind of male kind of thing, you know, very, you know, like a scepter, like the Lord has a scepter, you know, that kind of a, you know, kind of Vaikuntha mood, awe and reverence type thing. And we're down there looking, you know, like type of thing. But not the intimacy of Vrindavan. See, the Lord wants us draw us into that. He likes intimacy. Just like, you know, when we get a little taste of this intimacy, we like it too. You get addicted. You want to be close to the Lord. That's your only happiness, be close to Radha and Krishna. To touch them, to be touched by them. We are actually a spiritual body that when we're touched by the Lord, it feels fantastic. But nobody knows this. We're just used to touching the body. Touching the body is nice too, but touching the spiritual body is better. It's better. It's pure. It's eternal. Our material bodies are going to go, but this being, intimately entwined with the Lord goes on forever, man. This is the goal of life you get here. Where can you be directed like that? Any of these gurus directing anybody like that? Into the intimacy of the Lord, intimacy with God? Do they know any of that themselves? Can they convince people that that's the goal of life? Well, that's what Lord Caitanya did. That's what Nityananda did. That's what they all did. And that's what's being done again. That's called the revival. Always chant Krishna's holy name. So this is a blessing of the devotee. Always and only hear Krishna's glories. Everything becomes auspicious and successful when one worships the Supreme Lord Krishna. This is an experienced devotee. See? Always hear Krishna's glories. Why? It awakens love in people. It elevates people's happiness. It bestows true auspiciousness. See? But hearing, you really should be hearing from a real devotee who has real bhakti, real devotion. We've lost this. What we got are intellectuals in religion and Vaishnavism, right? Intellectuals. What? That's a devotee? That's a Devananda Pandit type. He was more of a devotee than the people now. And still the Lord didn't consider him. Well, where's your devotional fervor? Where's your commitment of devotion? Where's your realization? Where's your Shrivasness in understanding? Have you experienced the glories of chanting the holy name? Have you experienced the benediction and the transcendental auspiciousness and transcendental virtue of taking shelter of the holy name? Do you live on it? Do you breathe it? Is it your life and soul? Well, that's who you should hear from, somebody like that. Just, hey man, you want a checklist? How about just check that off? That's all in the books. Directly and indirectly. See, indirectly, I see that. That's what I see. Srivas is an experienced devotee, man. A real guru, man. Panchatattva. Who's the guru? Who's the spiritual master? Srivas. Personification. Are you like that? You got to be like that. I would never compare myself. Well, you then step aside, man. You must be like that. The same Krishna that empowered Radha and Krishna empowered Srivas has to empower you. Otherwise, we don't get much done in this world. Everything snails along on the level of Vaidhi Bhakti and rules and ceremonies and external Bhakti. Unless somebody's like that. Somebody's empowered by the same Krishna and given the same order to deliver people ecstatic devotion. So step aside. We got work to do. We got millions of people that need this, right? They don't need your rules anymore. They need to be ruled by the love of Radha and Krishna. And that is possible now. That is probable now. That's the will of Lord Caitanya. Or in other words, that is the true will of God now. That is the will of Prabhupada now. That you stop listening to these bozos that are propagating rules and regulations for your whole friggin' life and how to be a Brahmin, which they can't even do, many of them. Get out of that hypocrisy and get into the love of Krishna, which is here. Now, anybody follows that, you will not be disappointed. You'll get just like, you'll be following the real Bhagavatam like Bali Maharaj did and showered. Go read it, man. When Bali Maharaj followed Prahlad Maharaj's instruction, who was a real empowered devotee, and he gave up his leaders there, simply because they were adverse to the love of God, the love of Shuddha Bhakti, the love of Vamanadev. His guru could raise the dead, but he was adverse to love of God, Shuddha Bhakti. And there's so much of that now. That's holding devotees back. See, they don't understand the Bhagavatam. They haven't heard it from an empowered devotee. The same, they got to hear it from the person that is empowered by the same Krishna that was in Prahlad, that was in Bali, to understand it. That Krishna has to activate in you. So you can also follow, and you can also get the showers of flowers. You're not going to get that following people who are adverse to Shuddha Bhakti still. And that's these gurus, man. I know personally. I've had them take away people that were on their way to Godhead. But that's their weakness. Because it's the faith thing. It's faith in who you believe, man. Do you believe in real Shuddha Bhaktas? Can you identify that? Can you see a person has the real love of Radha and Krishna? Or are you going to follow those who don't? Isn't it? Hey, man, choose now. Do your gurus have the real love of Radha? Let's look at this logically. Do they have the real love of Radha and Krishna? Isn't that what the Krishna consciousness movement is all about, really? You think it's all about being just ruled by a bunch of rules, by many rulers who are not even following them properly? Or is it about the love of Radha and Krishna, which is here? Can you tell? Is it not so obvious? What is the verse? Here, I'm reading from the book. May everybody be mad by the love of Krishna. Isn't that madness here? That madness is not mad. That's sanity. That's perfect sanity. To laugh and to cry when you chant the holy name. That means the Lord has descended into your midst. He makes a mist. People can begin to see it because, whoa, look at this person. They're seeing some kind of misty thing. They're mystical. Mystical. That's what it's all about. And that's here, man. And that's where you're going to get the love of Radha and Krishna, where love of Radha and Krishna is. Isn't that what, you're looking for treasure, right? Treasure is where treasure is, isn't it? Treasure is not where the treasure isn't. The treasure isn't in people saying, I represent the treasure, but they got no treasure. The treasure is the love of Radha and Krishna. That's the real treasure, the Hare Krishna movement, isn't it? Well, where is that treasure of the love of Radha and Krishna? Well, this is the only place I've seen. I've seen a lot of pirates out there saying, "Who don't cry, baby. If you got any tears, I'll take it away from you." I've seen gurus like that. Narayan Raj was like that. He told it right before my eyes. I heard it right before my ears and eyes. I saw a devotee who was developing pride in that sangha. And said, I came to my guru because a little tear, I was listening in class, and a little tear came to her eye when she was talking about Krishna. And she remembered, she says, wow, I used to cry so much when I read the pastimes of Krishna. And then when I took initiation, my tears disappeared. And then I went to my Guru Dev and said, Guru Dev, what happened to my tears? And he just blatantly told her, I took them away so you could preach. And when I heard that, I thought, what the heck is going on here? Hey? It's called a trick. It's called putana. And that's why I never seen the symptoms of real ecstatic love of God in that sangha. It ain't the real line. The real line is the real line. The real line is where the treasure is, isn't it, man? Can't you tell? Have you read enough of these books yet? Anybody out there in the Hare Krishna movement, in the Narayana, have you read enough of these books to see the treasure is where the treasure is? Where is love of Krishna? Not the bullshit, man. Not Maya and Putana, who looks like a fantastic devotee, but isn't. Can't prove it, can't show it. Can't pass it on to anybody. Oh, what do? We prove it, we show it, and pass it on to people. And you don't think this is the real treasure? Oh, you are being illusioned by illusionists out there. Everything you see here is proven in a book. Everything you see here and hear here is proven in the experience of real sadhus who believe this word. So Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra is in force here, big time. That's how you're going to get through this Maya, man. Maya is a prison house. And only one way to get. You have to find somebody empowered by the real Krishna. Yeah, just like Prabhupada said, a Vai medium. Somebody who's really a Vai medium. Really a Vai medium. Not a fake Vai medium. Not an imitator. Not an imposter. Somebody who's claiming to be, oh, Gurudev, give me mercy. And the guy, they don't have no mercy. This is mercy, man. This is grace. This is ecstasy. This is everything. This is the treasure, man. Right here before the mist of everybody. We missed everybody with the treasure, man. If you still don't get it, you're one big dunce. Go out there and follow these gurus for a while, man. I have one disciple who left here. He's still proudly chanting his one lakh with great pride. And they think that is bhakti. He went to Narayan Raj, man, and they, with great pride, chanting, they think this is bhakti. Oh my God, man. They have no idea. They don't understand these books at all, do they? Can you imagine? It's time for people to know the truth, man. Oh, you don't think he was going around telling everybody, oh, don't go again, I was sitting there watching, oh, this guy is this way, don't go to them. I'm the greatest one. Yeah, sure. Well, let's see some demonstration. Not even one can come forward. I'll tell you, I guarantee you, they're not one of those gurus that came after him that have the same symptoms of devotees here like Lalita or Johan. Not even one. And they won't even come to prove it because they know they don't got it. And they're hoodwinking anybody who believes them. Okay, it's time. You got a choice now. I'm just telling you flatly the truth. And my ecstasy doesn't go because of that. The Lord he said, thank you. Thank you very much for clearing away my illusion. Because who else can do it? Only somebody empowered by the real potency of the Lord. Nobody else can do it. So it's time for the birds and the bees, for the ready to hear it. If not, you'll just, hey, go on. He's always criticizing. You're right. I'm fault finding. I'm finding all the faults so that you can get into the kingdom of God. And that is one of them. You've fallen into a dark cave, man. Is my job to get anybody out who wants to come out. Grab the rope or not. The light is the right conception of Krishna consciousness. The darkness is the wrong conception, is the speculative conception of Krishna consciousness. It's a very weak rope and it breaks and you fall into the dark cave. Like that lizard, he fell in the cave. It was in a well, dark well. It took the real Krishna to bring him out. It takes the real devotee empowered by the real Krishna to bring people out of this Maya. It is one dark place, man. So you're either predominated by the word, the real word of the Lord that comes through the real devotees, which is beautiful, leads to freedom. Why wouldn't you want to be predominated? Otherwise, you got Big Brother Biden out there waiting for, he wants to be, they want to force it on you, force their program on you. That's the darkness, man. It's my Lord's Maya. You can just like, the Lord he's the predominator. We're the predominated. What are we going to do? We're predominated by the illusion. You remember, did you read the first canto, first verse? All are in illusion all the way up to the demigods under the Lord's illusion. There's only one way out. Yeah, you got to find those where the Lord is blessed to pull people out of this Maya, and we're that here. I mean, if I found better realizations and understanding, I'd be there. If I found better ecstasy, I'd be there too, and I haven't. I'm finding even my devotees are they're my disciples, my friends. They're desirable association, even for me. It's hard to find people who understand the truth, conclusive truth, who like it. You notice in that obstacle of Vrindavan, Putana had to be removed. Otherwise, it pollutes Vrindavan. It pollutes, to have a Putana in there unchanged, pollutes it. To have Putanas in the Hare Krishna movement pollutes the disciplic line, doesn't it? You don't get the real Krishna. You go and you're dealing with, this Putana, she's a real devotee. She's really wonderful. Let me surrender to her. Let me hear from her. And you're getting poison. And you're in Vrindavan. What do you think the pastime's teaching, man? These are symbols and teachings. This is in our Hare Krishna movement. We got all these gurus and everything, and everybody's, Gurudev, give me mercy. And they're listening and all that, and they're all a bunch of They haven't overcome Putana. They have to have the real devotee that's overcome Putana. How do you know? Well, they have love of Krishna, like the devotees in Vrindavan, right? What's so hard to understand about that? They can show you when they chant, the Lord has chosen them to live in their bodies, in their temples. Their body is a temple to them. The Lord expresses himself through those devotees to show where the real light is, where the real conception is. Bhagavad Gita 10:10 again. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the real understanding or the real direction. I give them the real knowledge. See, the real conception. See, that destroys ignorance. Ignorance is misconception. See, it makes you miss the mark and miss where the treasure is. That's going on all over the place in the religious Vaishnava movement. What's so bad here? You come here and you listen here and you get love of Krishna, like the books say, is the most glorious thing. What's so bad about that? Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? You meet a real empowered spiritual master, Shiksha Guru, and then you get the highest goal of life, like some devotees have attained here already. They've actually got prema bhakti, and not even one in the Narayan Raj will even show or declare or show some symptom of having it themselves. But they're worshipped exalted persons that can give me mercy to their disciples, and they can't give any of that mercy. To me, that's the mercy. To me, that's the grace, is prema bhakti, isn't it? I know, that's my thinking. I come to Hare Krishna movement, I want Hare Krishna. I want the Hare Krishna in ecstasy. Hey man, you come here, you'll learn. That's the reason to come, is to get hard, to chant the holy name in ecstasy. to where you wish you had. Do you wish you had a few more mouths there, like Rupa Goswami said there, Lalita, to chant the holy name? Wish you had a few more ears to hear that sound vibration? You become a real devotee. That's a real devotee. You're not like that, man. These gurus aren't like that. You show me and prove me wrong. Come on, show me that Gohari is Mr. Offense personified. Show us. Come here. Just sit down, Mr. Acharya Dave, at your piano, whatever. I'll order a piano for you. Put it right down in the room, and you sit down there and sing Hare Krishna. And let's see what happens. Let us see if the Lord will descend as he descends here every day in our hearts. Let's see that he descends and she descends, and you chant and the tears flow like your piano playing. And that goes for all of you gurus, every one of you. Show that you didn't usurp Prabhupada's position. Prove us that you're like him. I know he cried in ecstasy. I know Bhakti Siddhanta did, and Bhakti Vinod, and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, and Jagannath Das Babaji. They are all criers, and they all laughed great, holy laughter, because God was really in there. Show us you are in the real lineage of ecstatic devotees. Otherwise, step aside. We'll show you. No problem. My disciples will show you. And I even died, and they already got prema. Many of them. Not all of them, but many of them. And they're all on their way to it, wherever they are with it. Now, is that offensive or just straight out logical? Truthful, frank. Isn't devotee supposed to be frank? Not a frank footer. Frank. Okay. Everything becomes auspicious and successful when one worships the Supreme Lord Krishna. See, worship. Are you ready to be a worshiper? What does worship mean? Don't you adore somebody? Even if you go to say a Michael Jackson guy, you could see some love for that guy, right? You see then the groupies. Oh, Michael, you're so yeah, and that's material. That's called worship. Aren't they worshiping Michael? And any rock star and pop star? What do you think the Illuminati and these devil worshippers are doing? Why they put these people in? They're all one eyes, man. They get you to worship them. They know what they're doing. Now, are you a worshiper of Radha and Krishna like that? Do you really are you a worshiper? See, one who worships, everything becomes auspicious and successful when one worships Lord Krishna. See, especially when you want to make it a mini lifetime thing, go worship Narayan Maharaj. Go worship his statement that it'll be many lifetimes before you get Radha and Krishna. Yeah, if you want to get it in this life, come and worship this statement. Come see that this statement is true. Come see that this is the mercy of Lord Caitanya. This is the will of God that you get Krishna in this lifetime. Come see that Prabhupada's word is true, that he gave to me in 1996. Come and see Krishna's blessing is true, that you will get the darshan of Krishna because of your guru, if you accept this word as your guru. I accept this word. This is my leader. My word is leads me on. Otherwise, you're led on over there. See, led on where? So who knows where? Here you're going to know the real meaning of worship. Your heart will. Your heart will awaken. Love will awaken because you're with the girlfriends of Radharani here. Really, aren't the devotees here are showing the symptoms of being the girlfriends of Radharani, having that type of love, many of them. That's the real line, man. That's a Gaudiya Vaishnava line. It's a line of gopis. Some may have other relationships. That's great. It's wonderful. Makes the pastimes interesting here. You see devotees with different relationships. Why not? Some gopis, cowherd boys. Some mothers You know, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's like that. The Johnny Depp, it's all of them. He's also a one eye, you know? He's also an Illuminati guy. I already did research into these guys. They have pictures of these guys. They're all doing these symptoms and signs and all that stuff. Because most of these people, to get into the thing, you have to sign that pact with Lucifer. It's pretty insidious. And then they live like the opposite. That's the hypocrisy. They live like a good, person or something, or like somebody that's different, but they're inside. This is hypocrisy. This is what you got in your religions, the Vaishnava religion. You got a lot of that going on too. See, they live like a nice and inside. You can't do. One guy saw one of these gurus in Mayapur having big parties on the roof there with cocaine, and the women, and stuff like that. There's all this bullshit going on, man. It's infiltration. You can't trust anything anymore, man. See? Everything. You can't get shelter from anything. People, this is part of God's mercy, so there's no shelter. Even the internet, they're going to have soon it's already been, these guys, they're predictors. The World Economic Forum and everything, they're predicting it. They're predicting a cyber thing now. There's going to be a cyber thing. They're going to have to inject it with an injection. See, they love injections. It's a Nazi thing. They loved injections. When in Nazi Germany, everybody now, you're all doing this. You're all in a Nazi concentration camp getting this thing. That's what they're doing. It's that kind of thing. And you're doing it willingly. There they had to force it on you. Now they've been so good at developing their techniques. This is Maya, man, making its move. See? And then they'll take your shelter away on the internet, all that stuff. This is Maya, wants to put us where we've got no other way but God, truly, to worship God, to get out. It's actually mercy. It's great. We got the good people fighting the bad, see good and evil, really making friction. See? And we got our preaching. We just cause the descent of the real God in this world. Love of Krishna will save everybody. It's the way it comes. We need the friction. See? You notice the preaching in 2 years, it's intensified, hasn't it? Yeah. Everything. They are as intense as they're rubbing there, fighting and friction and all that stuff, and many things. This is coming from that. This fragrance. This is, you get to say, because you smell that and you think, wow, and then you get to smell this. You get a whiff of this. Wow, I think this is the best deal, man. This is the door out, man. It's the narrow gate, man. Go through the birth canal. See, narrow gate, birth canal. Isn't it a narrow place? They go through the narrow gate. This is the birth canal. It's inside your body, man. It'll go right up into your heart. This energy, this life, Krishna, will arise in you and explode into true love, real love, love of Krishna. You must be born again to enter the kingdom of God, and you won't have to die to do it. Look at us. We're in the kingdom of God. We don't live like other people, do we? Isn't it kind of unique? Even Maria, she might even be here. Say yes, sir. Say hi. She's here? Yeah. Yeah, even Maria said, this is different than anything. That's what it is. It's different. It's a liberated existence, and it just gets more and more clear, more and more juicy. You more and more natural. You realize, whoa, I don't know, I just want to naturally live like this, man, loving God. Talking about the truth, dispelling illusions for the welfare of others. Highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion, right? What if I didn't distinguish the illusion, the subtle one, in going on in religion? You think people would make it in this life? Of course not. I have to point out an illusion that nobody else can point out. That's the mercy that the Lord is giving me the privilege to do that. It's a privilege because, hey, so many people can be liberated now because they believe the illusion is truth, and that's how you stay in the material world. You got to believe you got to know the illusion is the illusion and truth is truth. Truth will set you free. The truth is distinguished from the illusion. See, that's how you let go of your misdirection, misconception. See, misconception. The conception is not real. It's not pure. It causes you to miss the mark. Misconception. You see how important conceptions as they are in this process? See why it says in the songbook, by their word of the spiritual master, ignorance is destroyed. That word is the proper conception of Krishna consciousness. What is a demon? See? And what is the true Lord? That's the highest truth. See? Putana. Who can identify Putana, keeping you from Vrindavan? Because if you're in the Hare Krishna movement and you're saying, and you're chanting, you're following all these rules, but love of Krishna has not awakened in you, which it hasn't in 99.9% of the Vaishnavas to this day, then it's these demons still harassing you, keeping you down. These gurus themselves have not surpassed them. They also need shiksha. You need the experienced devotees who have love of Krishna genuinely and have the realizations to prove it and the ecstasy to prove it. And you can look in the book and say, yep, that's just how it is. The Krishna that was there at that time, the Radha and Krishna, is here again. That's called revival. Revival. Otherwise, there's no revival of the kind of life Lord Caitanya brought to this world 550 years ago. It was very unique. Real life. Madhavendra Puri had real life. Is to, like he did when he realized Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna in ecstasy, laughing and crying and all that, Krishna appeared and said, oh, now, in the dream, now, because of your ecstatic love, I'm going to appear and deliver the world. See? Because of the ecstatic love of the devotee. Isn't it always been because of that? Because of the ecstatic love of Jesus, the Holy Spirit came and delivered people. Because of the ecstatic love of Madhavendra Puri, the Holy Spirit of devotion appeared in some of his disciples, like Ishvara Puri, and delivered him. And because of the love of Krishna, the true, genuine, ecstatic love of Krishna that brought tears and ecstasy and transcendental madness and intoxication to Ishvara Puri that all real gurus have. Lord Caitanya got it. Okay? And through Lord Caitanya, he thought, wow, let's not just give it to a few disciples, let's give it to the whole world. That's why he's the most magnanimous incarnation. He didn't just give it to a few disciples, he gave it to the whole world. And what is our goal? We're looking for the rhinoceros also. I want to see millions get this in this life. But it takes vigorous preaching. You got to be like George Soros, man. You got to be like the demons they're working hard to get their new world order, aren't they? They got their schedules and all that to bring down the descent of Lucifer. You know, well, we got to bring down the descent of Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya, right? We're working vigorously here on our Sadhu Sangha programs here. You know, multiple meetings a day. That's just like there. I tell you, the New World Economic Forum, they're meeting. We meet more than them. They're meeting maybe once a year. Man, they're slackers compared to what we do. We're meeting here multiple times a day, discussing Krishna, chanting Krishna's name with great happiness, playing with Krishna. To us, it's a big play. To them, it's hard work, man. You know, Bill Gates has to fly all over the world, you know, and inspire people with his lies and deceptions and cheating and actually not really do good things for people. You know, that takes a lot of energy. No, ultimately they run out of gas. We'll never run out of this. Is infinite, man, isn't it? Infinite energy, infinite love, infinite bliss. You just, it's like, an expert sword player, a sword fighter, and they're so expert. They just have one hand tied behind their back, and they just fight the whole army off. You ever see movies like that? It's like nothing, just that's Krishna, man. You get him behind you, man. You just have a lot of fun delivering people. Effortless, man. He's behind you, man. He got the source of all creation. Got the source of Lucifer. There's Lucifer. He's in control of so many worlds and different universes. Yeah. There's so many Lucifers in the Lord's. Yes, shadows cast everywhere. And we're connected to the light of God, man. The real conception of the Lord. Yeah, from that love of Krishna, comes infinite discussion. Ananta Sesha just never stops, man. Just glorifying the Lord, man. You become like that. So, Lord Krishna, without devotion, without devotional service to his lotus feet, physical beauty, learning, etc., are all useless. Are useless. So, without devotional service to his lotus feet, physical beauty and learning are all useless. That's the essence, man. Who's preaching that? Well, Lord Caitanya did. He said, if you study the Vedas perfectly, follow all the rules and everything, it's futile if you don't develop attraction to Krishna. If you have attraction to Krishna, you will worship Krishna. You will love Krishna. You will consider Krishna, you're my life and soul. Without you, I have no real life. Without that, learning is useless. It's just a bunch of memorized words, like going to school, what they teach you in school. Oh yeah, memorize all this bullshit. Oh, now you're a great person. Or they teach you in religion, study all these verses. The Pharisees used to study verses and quote them. A lot of times they had cards in their little thing so they could read them, like teleprompters. Isn't that what they do now? You guys out there, you the world, man, you go and worship these politicians. Boy, they speak so good, and they're sitting there reading a friggin' teleprompter. And podcasters too, you do the same bullshit, man. You sit there reading teleprompters. That's how they're sitting there with it. They actually you can go on Amazon and buy a friggin' teleprompter, and oh wow, he speaks so good, and they're reading a friggin' script. And you worshiping people. That is less intelligent, man. You got to see people reading God's script, man. That's what I read, man. I also have a teleprompter here, man. The Lord himself. Spontaneous flute playing. That's what I like. Yeah. It's more powerful. It's more real. It's alive. People reading dead words. See? You got to read the words of life. These are words of life, man. They inspire devotees. But most people are not devotees. They're not inspired by these words. Because these words are God. This is the book incarnation of the Lord. They inspire real devotees. Just like the holy name inspires love. Yeah. Inspire the real conceptions of the absolute truth like this. I love this. I could read this again and again. Without devotional service, without serving the Lord with real devotion, real bhakti, the spontaneous love awakening, without that, physical beauty, learning, etc., are useless. And that's how it is. That's why, I go and I walk down the street, all these women and men, they're all like, look at me, man, I'm so beautiful. Look at this body, I'm so beautiful. I'm thinking, you're so friggin' superficial and empty. Look at you. You're trying to attract people by something physical that's dead, something that comes from the earth. It has no real life. It only gives life to fools, inspires lust of the modes of nature. See, passion. See, mode of passion. That ain't life for a devotee. Stuff of the body. See? But look at Krishna. He's sending us beautiful people here. And look at Lalita. She's gorgeous, even physically. She's a beautiful woman. But look, where is her real beauty too? You see, not only is she a beautiful woman, but she's a beautiful bhakti. See? Otherwise, that would be useless. All it's good for is making babies, right there, having babies, attracting the opposite sex, making babies, and then working your ass off for, to support the babies. And then they turn against you when you get some spiritual consciousness. Isn't that amazing? They end up hating you. Oh, we got some black sheep in the family, man. It's crazy woman. That's what you get for all your work. They're raising those people, and then you finally get something that's going to really do them some good, and they hate you for it. There you go. Welcome to the light. That's okay. It's worth it. It was worth me spending 5 years amongst the devotees in ISKCON and working my ass for them, to work and make monies and everything for them. And then tossed out like a dish rag. It was worth it, man. Because that's what Maya does. She uses you and throws you away. All you people, all you sheeple out there following the governments and everything, they don't give a shit about you. They're just using you and they're going to toss you away. All the way up through religion, it's using you and toss you away. Isn't it? Well, let me tell you, after you're tired of that, when you're fed up with that, and you come here, you'll see the Lord will never toss you away. If anything, you might toss yourself away for a while because of stupidity and misconceptions, or being blinded by, these immature desires to be some big name and fame or some big teacher or something. Usually gets them. Yeah. But the Lord won't throw you away. Why would we throw you? There's no reason to throw anybody away here. A wonderful miracle. Kind of, huh? All right. You can tell us about it. I'm sure you will. So that's it, man. It's really, to worship the Lord. This is, can you imagine? You can make your life fruitful in this life. Perfect fruit, the fruit of love of God. Real worship, like you're reading the book, this becomes you. You become this is your experience. You realize, how empty everything else is without love of God. And then you preach that to waken others up to that too. No, you represent the real book in this world. This is the real Krishna, the real conception of Krishna. I tell you, I'm so happy to do this. This is such a privilege to look at this book and just simply tell you what's in there. It's so fun. It's so simple. It's so easy. But, unless the Lord is with you, you can't do it. You can't see these things. It's hidden by your own being blinded by the whirlwind demon, the Trinavarta, your mind speculating. You've been listening to speculators and they get your mind spinning like a top. You ever see those tops? You got a person there who winds that cord and then throws the top out and it spins, right? Well, that's what your leaders do, man. They wind you up and throw, and you're spinning, man. Your mind is spinning like that. You can't see the truth. You can't see what's in this friggin' book. You're looking at the checklist. They got your mind. That's that thing. They wrapped it around the checklist, and you're looking at the checklist. You can't see what's in the friggin' book. You're looking at all these things they say, and it's not what's in the book. And this is our secret to deliver people, man. We tell you what's in Prabhupada's books. It's fantastic, man. It's it's conclusive truth. It busts Maya apart. That's why she tests the devotees so severely, make sure, get you really ready for this preaching of the truth. It's the word. In the beginning was the word. In the beginning of your spiritual life is the word. The word was with God. See, the word is the devotee, man. Very intimately entwined with the Lord. The word was with God and will always be with God. The word is the devotee. Lord, you are my life and soul. I will be with you forever. Will you be with me? Of course. You be with me, I'll be with you. It's a be-in. A love-in. This is the real hippie love-in. This is the real love-in. We're loving, right? It's all about loving. Ask Lalita. Ask Johan. Loving.
Born of the word and represented.
Born of the word. From this loving devotee. See, something comes in heaven. I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
Born of the word, represent the word, be a child of the word, and fight for the word.
Born of the word. Puts Krishna in the oven. Krishna comes out of the oven. Krishna's perfect arrangement for opportunity to connect. Yes. Yeah. Simply try to develop undivided love for the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And this is natural and it's spontaneous and it comes only by association with loving ecstatic devotees, and only if they reveal it to you by their word. Not, okay, Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta Bhaktivinoda were ecstatic loving devotees, but how many of their followers got ecstatic loving devotion? Not that many, because they didn't confidentially reveal these things. So you need not just the Moses type. Moses was intimate with God, right? Jesus was also. But there was a difference. Moses, from the mouth and the preaching, the word became the rules, to set the stage. From Prabhupada came his love. The word came was the rules and regulations for a few generations, or 2 generations. And now the new word, right? This word is on par with the word in these books written 550 years ago, which was love of Krishna. That's the real will of the Lord, is that people love God. Not just in word. You quote the verse like Nicodemus when Jesus said, what is the greatest commandment of God? Well, love thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul and everything. And those were just more or less words. They weren't the experience of Nicodemus or any of these Pharisees or any of these gurus. They may even mouth those words. Yes, you mean love of Krishna, but it's not the experience of them. And you know what Jesus said? He didn't say you're in the kingdom of God. He said you're not far from the kingdom. You know why? Because he was developing faith in Jesus. Jesus is the door to the kingdom. He was a living guru, living spiritual master who had a real relationship with the Lord, was empowered with a special word of good news. Just like now, see, empowered. You're all not far from the kingdom of God. Some of you are in here. You came in through the word, right? It really works, man. You're with somebody that's bona fide. Otherwise, it wouldn't work, would it? That dream was not just a pipe dream. Gaur Das not just smoking it in the corn pot. Yeah, Krishna came, 1996, and I remember those days, man. Nothing happens in those kind of reminiscences, but here's something happened. That's a live dream, man. Live in action dream.
The smoke comes out of the pipe here.
Here we got the holy smoke, man. It's like holy smoke. That was a real dream, reality now. The smoke is all over the place. He's blowing smoke up everywhere. That's right, Freddie. Give him some of that good loving, man. Yeah. See, Krishna is the supreme father and life and soul of everyone. But who knows it, man? Only devotees. You got to hear their word, man. See, this word, this is the preaching of a realized devotee. He wasn't just saying, well, actually, Krishna is the rules for everybody. This is like, yeah, you should go out. Yeah, Krishna, you just serve Krishna. Go and build temples and all that stuff. Yeah, he's the life and soul. See, intimacy was the preaching 500 years ago. Intimacy preached by a devotee who was really intimate, not by, we have these Raganuga Sanghas like by Narayan Raj group and the Radhe. But where's the real intimacy? Where's the real experienced devotees with the intimacy? Preaching that intimacy, showing that intimacy, and best of all for you guys out there, communicating that to you like a transcendental virus. So you also laugh and cry in ecstasy like they do. Now that's a bona fide representative of the highest truth, of the real will. We're here to execute the real will of Lord Caitanya, which is to promote ecstatic love on their order. That's why we're successful so far and will continue to be. See? We have to execute that order. You know what that means? Execute. We have to execute Maya. We have to cut her head off with the gallows. We have to put her on a gallows and cut her head off, man. The head of the snake, right? Execute Maya to execute this order. And we don't do it physically. We do it philosophically. We execute the philosophy, the lies, and the cheating of not only the demons and the demigods. We cut their heads off and we put a new head on them. Just like this is the pastimes revisited. This is revival of that pastime with Shiva and Daksha. We cut the head off of the false ego and stick a new head on, and they become like us, goat heads. We all consider ourselves goat heads, and the Lord says, oh, great, you're a goat head without me, so I'm going to speak through you. And he spoke through Daksha when he had the goat head on him. Don't we consider ourselves foolish goats? Right? Goat heads. The Lord works through goat heads. He loves, people will admit they're just a stupid goat head. Oh, man, the Lord says, I can use somebody like that. That's surrender, man. Now I finally got a transcendental fool, man. I got a nice court jester. I can cut a few jokes with the world, man. We represent Daksha. Our heads were cut off by the truth, man, and the nice fool head is on there. Court jester, goat. We admit that we're just fools. Right there, Johan. We're just fools, man. But we can dance. You can dance for the king and queen. That's all we're doing. It's just a dance for the king and queen, Make them happy. Heartwarming words such as these would fill Vishwambara with joy. See, the Lord likes conclusive truth. That's why I look at you guys, because you guys are connected to the Lord. And I say, I look at your faces. Are they enjoying this? Are they liking these words? And when I see you guys smile, I say, oh, okay, heartwarming. I guess their hearts are being warmed, so I must be saying things that are all right. I can't fully know because, like Christina said, you can't know fully what your disciples are feeling when you speak. And she's right. I can't know. But you guys, you look like you're enjoying it. Even more than I am.
You have no living guru. You had no living guru in this life.
I know. That's why I say I pray that I get to get the same position as you. That's why the Lord came. He had living gurus. Himself, God, he sat very before Ramananda Roy with great happiness to hear, how it is for himself to speak through a devotee and to be in the audience and listen. Okay? That's why I get such great disciples. You guys have no idea who you were before. I get only the best. Just like the Lord, he only got the best, didn't he? Ramananda Roy, Swarab Damodar, all that. He got the best. I also get the best. I can't believe it, man. Why the Lord is giving me? I tell you, the Lord has made me really rich with, all I think is of rich to me is rich in association, rich with brothers and sisters, and intimate friends. Who also really love Krishna. Oh my God, the Lord is attracting people. Look at this. Ava comes every day to class, enthusiastic, just unbelievable, like sincere devotees. I got Maria out there, and Amy Rose. Oh my God, Amy is such a jewel. Oh my God.
You made us into associates, Guru Maharaj.
I maybe just sparked what was already latent there. Yeah, Amy Rose and Janaki. Oh man, I am so fortunate. Mary Sachi, all of them. Karuna, my buddy. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Govinda. Unbelievable. Man, I tell you, man, you guys, you elites out there, you're not really, this is elite. I feel like an elite, man. This is, come on, man, listen up, you elites out there. I know your AI might be listening out there, giving you reports. Feed this into your big computer, man. This is elite. Elite is to do well for your brothers and sisters, and not win-lose program. To make slaves, to draw energy from people who are your resources. No, the Lord is the resource for everyone. We're here to teach that to the demons and the demigods. You do not need to use your brothers and sisters as resources to exploit. And you gurus also, you do not need, I've been exploited by you gurus. I know what it's like. I had you guys exploiting me. You cannot not exploit people when you not tapped into love of Krishna. We're here to teach this lesson to the world. There's no need to exploit your brothers and sisters and make them miserable, mislead them with misconceptions. We can all tap into this unlimited Lord. He has unlimited energy. You don't need all of this stuff. Security, safety, everything, purification, enlightenment, intelligence, and best of all, ecstatic love, eternal love for that Lord is already waiting for everybody. This is the new world order. There's no way you can stop this. People think they can't stop the new world order that Lucifer is doing. Lucifer is only getting it ready for this. Lucifer is a servant of the Lord. He serves indirectly. If you can't learn it the easy way, well, you might need a little lessons from Lucifer. They'll make you miserable. All of you guys. You'll never be satisfied with controlling the whole world and the whole universe. We have histories. Hiranyakashipu, he got control of the whole friggin' universe, and he still wasn't happy. But look at us. We just get control of this adorable Krishna, and Radha and Krishna. They've given us control over them, to call them and they come. That's control, isn't it? To have a servant like that, and then they serve us by just being in their presence. To me, it's amazing. They consider this service that we come to them. They say that, oh wow, these devotees are coming to me. And when you come to a real guru, a real spiritual master, then the Lord comes to you, and then you'll know what we're talking about, man. The Lord will come to you. When you call him, he'll come. Oh, you came through the door. Oh, that's amazing. You understand. You listen to the word of my real representative who represents me properly as it is, as the real path is, the real conception of Krishna consciousness, pristine, clean, pure, direct, as it is. Oh, you believe? Oh, let me come to you. I will come to you. Okay? That's how, by the mercy of Krishna, you get such a guru. And by the mercy of the guru, then you get this consummation of the relationship forever. Right, Lalita? Forever. Right there, River? Forever. Tom's on his way. Yeah, Lucifer, he doesn't like it. Well, it's his job. But look, Shiva, look what he did. See, people they misunderstand Shiva. He went and cut Daksha's head off. Daksha was a Brahmin. People think that's offensive and everything. But see, unless you're a pure devotee, you don't understand it, the real standard. See, Shiva understood the real standard. Just like here, the Lord's empowering me to understand the real standard and to preach it, to do it, to act it out in this world. If it doesn't get acted out, the real standard, people, they don't realize it. See? Shiva had to defy the Brahmins because there was false ego there. And so the Brahmins could go to the next stage and become a pure devotee. And that's what it is. You see, Daksha represented, this is esoteric. It doesn't have to do with any heads cut off or anything like that, but physically. It's a spiritual thing. It's how the path works. Shiva proved that he was in spiritual consciousness, Shuddha Bhakti. He had power to cut off the head of Daksha. The head of Daksha is Daksha's word, his speculation, his word about, talking about religion and what religion really is and everything. But still there was envy and jealousies there and false ego and material motives and all of that. Shiva purified that to the point. See, he realized, and this is how it is, no physical cutting heads off, cutting the speech off of the material modes of nature. This is what a pure devotee does, an empowered devotee does. Has to do. Otherwise, nobody will realize Krishna. Nobody will realize the Bhagavatam. Am I not telling you the esoteric truth of the Bhagavatam that nobody has told you, that nobody can? It's not even purported in there. You need to hear the deeper understanding of these things. Otherwise, people are stuck. The Brahmins have to say, I'm a stupid fool. I thought I was smart. I thought I was a real devotee. I thought I was a real guru. It's time for you to know you're not really the standard of a guru in this illustrious, and I mean truly illustrious sampradaya, the real one. You want to be in the fake one? Well, go follow them. You want to be in the real one? Everything's real here. We got real ecstasy. got real knowledge, real truth, as it is, real Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Everything that you read in the book is here. See? Everything out there I've seen is fake. It's not revealed. So why not get the real deal? I mean, why not get love of Krishna? Why not get the Garden of Eden in this life? Why not get Vrindavan, which is the Garden of Eden explained? Why not? It's available. It's not like, well, I'm sorry, love of God's not on the shelf here, man. We can't pass it out. No, love of God is stocked on the shelf. Matter of fact, the only thing that is important and worthy to be distributed in this world, it's the only healer of this world, is love of God. The only thing that'll heal our soul, awaken our soul, the association of real devotees who preach the real book Bhagavat, is the only place to be, the only oasis in this universe, even. No speculators can deliver you. If you're a guru, are you a real guru? Are you a deliverer of the universe? Is the Lord empowering you to deliver the universe? Okay? That's what we have stocked on the shelf here, man. Nothing else. Just love of Krishna. I'm not going to be dishing out you rules and regulations to eat. I don't care what you eat. Just come here and eat these words. Just come here and eat this. I don't care. You do what you naturally need to do and want to do. Just as long as it doesn't keep you from eating these words. And just check it out. Try eating these words and see if it gives you a bellyache or a heartache, aching with so much love of God. Right? Isn't that simple? Try eating a few of these words for a month or so and see if you don't get strong, clear, ecstatic, logical, inspired. See? Then you know the words are more than good. Right there, a simple test. My God, 17 people coming? Wow, where do they all come from, man? Govinda, it's the great Bhakti Club. That's right, we're the Bhakti Club. The real GBC. Yeah. Gaurahari's Bhakti Club. See, Gaurahari, the Lord. Gaurahari. See, this name is just representing Gaurahari there. This is Gaurahari's Bhakti Club. See, Lord Caitanya's Amazing Grace Place, another name for Gaurahari. See, I'm just the Das part, You got to see, Gaurahari, Das. That's why we have these names. See, we're the Das part. And the Lord, this is intimacy. The name represents intimacy. But are you actually more than the name, or are you just a name, Gaurahari Das? Or are you actually Gaurahari Das, man? Are you a Das of that Gaurahari, and that Lord is your intimate friend? You're so intimate, your names are blended together, man. Gaurahari Das, man, flute and flautist. See it like that? Oh, you got to do it like this. Sorry. We got two eyes here, man. Highest truth distinguished from Lucifer. Highest truth is love, is Krishna, man. Distinguished from the darkness. That's everything else but love of Krishna. Huh? Now that's a pretty narrow gate, isn't it, Lalita? Pretty narrow, man. Everything else is darkness but love of Krishna. Even the Brahman is like darkness, because even Brahma said, hey, man, I committed that offense to Krishna. Now all I see is light. Oh, Lord, please remove that light so I can see who you are, man, your real conception, man. The real transcendental attributes of yourself, man. I'm really eager to see that, not just as blinding lights all over the place hiding that. See, that light is a darkness. Even goodness is kind of a darkness still. It's a covering of the soul. It's a bodily thing. Oh yeah, I'm a regulated devotee, man. I chant my dry rounds, but I do, mode of goodness. Narrow gate is not for the narrow-minded. That's right. Well, yes and no. Depends on what kind of narrow-minded. There's the illusory narrow-minded, and then there's the narrow-minded. They have they're narrowed everything down, nailed it all down. They got the hammer and they got the nail, and all they do is just hammer the nail. That's all they do. That's all I'm doing here is hammering the nail. I know what the hammer is, and I know the nail. I just go like this. We just nail it all the time. It's all about nailing it. You ever heard that statement? Nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it. We just continue. I just continue with the hammer, nailing it. That's all I want to do is nail it. The mercy of the Lord can get so strong that he wakes you up in the morning without even calling him. Then you wake up fulfilled by him, laughing, thanks to you, mercy guru. In fact, is Krishna's mercy. Yes. He would glance at everyone showering his mercy. He said, your blessings carry the weight of real truth. You see how the Lord, he's teaching like a disciple. See, your blessings carry the weight of real truth. In other words, they become true. But those who are not real devotees yet, real associates, their blessings don't come true. That's why you don't get. Well, you may get what they say. But if anybody is claiming to be Raganuga, spontaneous devotee, and they're preaching Raganuga, spontaneous devotional stuff, and you're not getting love of Krishna, their words don't come true. So they're false followers, false representatives. They're a pundraka. See? But the devotees' words, they come true. Even the disciples' words. Disciples say, go through this door. I did. And people believe you. They go in and they get the result that you got. That's the witness program. That's why Jesus is still around. He has witnesses. They keep. I heard the preaching of this devotee said to go in the door. I went in the door and boom. I have the Lord. He's changing my life. See, they have something to say, some testimony. Isn't it nice to have testimony? Isn't that what it's all about? To have something spiritual to testify about in this mundane world? That's why the Vaidhi isn't enough. Where's the testimonies of what God is doing in their life? Well, God has given me a lot of rules to follow, but actually it's kind of hard. God has given me a lot of ceremonies to do, but it's kind of superficial. Don't have much to say about that. But I'll continue to do it because nobody's else told me anything more. My gurus aren't. They're just saying, yeah, Krishna is all about doing ceremonies and fire sacrifices and going to them, attending the parties, the superficial parties, superficial worship. Build the temples, go to the temples, wash the dishes, clean the toilets, distribute the cookies, prasadam distribution. But who's distributing this prasada, the word? This is for people ready for the tofu, the protein. See, you want to be a protein, eat protein. Literally, I'm telling you the truth. You want to be a pro-teenager. See, This is how to become a pro-teen of Vrindavan. See, teenage years, right? Protein. That's why the word protein comes from protein. Notice protein is the most important thing. Not all the starch and all that stuff. No, protein. You come here, we'll make you a protein. Man, you'll be a pro in Vrindavan. You'll know how to worship Krishna and Radha. You'll know what to do, what they like, how to play with them, how to deliver the world. This is side thing. We just deliver. This is a side act. No, we're just here, isn't it? We're just here for the fun, right? This is fun of it, and we deliver the world at the same time. Why not? It's a game, a Harinam game. Make America Maha. Yeah. See, you Hare Krishnas out there, you distribute the food there, the prasadam out there, the food with all the sugar and all that, cookies with a lot of sugars. Yeah, I know how they do it. A lot of sugar. That's the secret, in the halava especially. Oh man, ooh, this halava is great, man. Full of ghee and sugars. You got to sleep it off all day long.
And they all become ill. All of them become ill.
Oh yeah. So anyway, that's that level. Okay, very fine. You want to distribute the real prasad is the word. Conclusive truth, man. Ecstatically backed. The Radha is the only one who knows Krishna. And if you got her blessing, to this love, then you also will know something about Krishna. Otherwise, you don't know diddly squat. I'm telling you, these gurus, if they don't have love of Krishna, and I didn't see any signs of that, that means they don't know anything much. They know the name. They can memorize the names and the pastimes and all that, but they can't describe anything deep like she does because of the strength of her love, right? We read the verse. Krishna was even thinking, because of the strength of her love, look how much she knows about Krishna, me. Wow, look at the strength of her love. Look how happy she is. I can look at Lalita and say, because of her strength of her, look how much she knows about Krishna and about Guru. Oh, because of the strength of her love, look at the kind of happiness she's feeling. I wonder what that's about. See? And Rukmini on the side, or any devotee here, will say, well, if you come in the mood of a devotee, become a devotee of a real guru, man. Like Lalita has. And then you'll know that, because, if you got a real guru, they're a via medium. They're the mailbox. Your letter from your heart gets directly. Remember that pastime Lord Caitanya was writing on the thing, Rukmini's letter to Krishna. Oh, do you have a letter like that delivered to Krishna? Well, don't give it directly, because it'll probably not get there. Give it to the real guru, man. Give your heart letter through them. It goes right into Krishna. Because Krishna is very close to them, literally. I'm here because there are no true joyful devotees in Sydney. That's right, man. That's how we win. It's easy to win. We just show what real life is, man. What real happiness is, and what real truth is. We show you what's really in the book. How can we not win? There are a lot of sincere devotees looking for this. They just haven't gotten this information. See, that's why I got to speak this information, because they're all speaking. The gurus are all speaking information. Well, I got to speak my information that I know and realize. So we'll have a battle, a little sword play here. You speak you dancing tongues, your sword play with your tongue, you're saying so many things, and Gaur's also. So let's see whose words are more strong, more powerful, more real, more happiness producing. What happened to that other devotee from Sydney? What happened to him?
I was thinking about him. Lokananda. Yeah, I have contact with him regularly, but I need to write to him again.
Yeah.
Mm.
The problem is, see, some devotees still have a little faith in these gurus and this ISKCON and everything, and that's their weakness. And Maya uses that and draws them away. That's why I'm a little bit severe. We got to pound that nail, in hard. Yeah, I mean, isn't that the test? See, in other words, they're not eating. See, they're devotees in name, and they're not happy. I notice the same thing. When I look at many devotees, some devotees are okay. Some devotees they're happy doing the rules and they follow strictly and everything, and there's some happiness in that. But a lot of devotees are not happy. Their leaders are tough, and you know, don't ever communicate with them or anything. Just yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of like that. And so, see, Prabhupada said, the face is the index of the mind. If you're eating spiritual food, you're going to look healthy, spiritually healthy. You're going to look healthy. You're going to look nourished. You're going to smile because it's spiritual. It makes the heart smile. See, the heart. So, they used to teach this, how to do a heart smile, in this Asian martial arts. There's one guy's teaching the inner smile, and you go like this. But that's not spontaneous. It's like you're drumming it up. See? But there's the smile comes when you're eating food. You ever eat a good meal and, wow, this is so good. You even praise it. Oh, this is good. Well, that's what when you hear the word, man, the word is a real food, man. You smile a lot. Look at River. Look. Catch that. Look at Lolita. Look at these. Lolita looks really drunk, man. She looks stoned. The real word is not only is it food, it's drink. See, the drink is the stoniness of it. That's why she doesn't drink alcohol, man. Because she gets so much of this, she's intoxicated, man. She knows. She's a connoisseur. She knows the finest wine. She's only there.
No headache.
Aman! All right, man. Aman, another great devotee, man. Isn't Aman fantastic? I really like him. 5 Mile Smile, only Kamalakanta knows. Kamalakanta should hear this program. Maybe it'll convince him there's a higher level to prasadam. If he can begin to eat this prasadam, Krishna will trust him and send him to Playa to do the real work. He's always wondering, how did that go? He's in Playa del Carmen on the beach there all day with the girls and all that. What do you mean all day? I haven't been to the beach in at least 3 months yet. I should go to the beach more. It's healthy to go to the beach. They got a lot of seaweed on the beach. That's about it. See, in nice places, they got some obstacles. It's like the same thing. The great place is Krishna and real Krishna consciousness. But there's a lot of seaweed in the way, smelly seaweed, So we got to clear that, the jungle growth, the seaweed, get rid of it, man, so that we can play in the nice water, the playa. See, playa, play. See, play in the nice waters of love of God with Krishna. There's all this seaweed, smelly seaweed in the way. You got to clear it first. Yeah. He would say, your blessings carry the weight of real truth. You see, you gotta have, that's all. That is the secret of Krishna consciousness. You find a real devotee who has real bhakti, and what they say becomes a real blessing. This blessing is better than a Brahmin, Brahmin can give you a blessing up to being a nice Brahmin or something. But the blessing of devotee, you can get love of Krishna, the highest happiness, the highest goal, the greatest treasure, the greatest reality, perfect reality. You'll never want to leave that reality. It becomes your eternal birthright. See, you're born. You've been born. Yeah. Who other than you devotees can bless me with the mercy to receive devotional attachment to the lotus feet of Krishna? You see, as it is, who other than such devotees like Srivas with the qualities of pure love of God can give you Bhakti Lata Bij, attachment to Krishna? Isn't that what works here? Isn't that what doesn't work in those? They're all attached to rules. You're all attached to love of Krishna. Oh, I think there's a difference in level here, wouldn't you say? Oh, these gurus can give you, and not you won't probably won't be attached to rules, because our soul is not attached to rules and regulations. Our soul is naturally attached to what's real and eternal, and that is Radha and Krishna. That is Lord Caitanya. That is real devotees. I'm attached to real devotees who have Radha and Krishna in them. They are non-different from Radha and Krishna, ecstatic devotees. I like to be around them because they're being blessed by them. That's why I said I'm guaranteed to go back to Godhead, because I have devotees and disciples and intimate friends who can give such blessings. And they think well of their guru. I can tell when they smile because I'm preaching, I'm doing some service for them. They're going to think kindly of me and take me back to Godhead. That's how I see it. Ooh, 19 people? Where are you guys all coming from? This is a miracle in itself. How can you hear all of this strange, mad talks? Nobody speaks like this. This must be wrong, because there's not, out of 1,000 gurus out there in ISKCON, nobody's speaking like this. Out of maybe the 100 they've made in Gaudiya Smriti, no one is speaking like this. In the world, no one's speaking like this. It's so different.
Yeah, nobody speaks transcendentally. That's what's so attractive.
Is that what it is? I was wondering what the secret was.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what Jesus said when he says, even the sages of the past were desiring to hear what you're hearing now, but couldn't because it wasn't revealed? Maybe it's something like that. Because this wasn't even spoken by Jesus. He said, we're here giving him the more things that he said, I had more to tell you, but you can't bear it. We're giving that kind of stuff.
The heart has ears, and those ears want to hear this.
Yeah. See how these just simple sentences are the essence of truth, man. That's why, it takes like an hour to get through a few verses or a few sentences, because they're just filled with volumes of import. Here is like Guru Tattva tells you everything, how to get the mercy of Krishna right through the Guru. Let me read it again. Heart-warming words. See, warms the heart. That's the truth. I look at these words warming the hearts of others. He would say your blessings carry the carry the weight of real truth. See, real truth. We need real truth as it is. Conclusive, right? That's real truth. Otherwise, not real truth. The Lord's saying these simple things, but they're profound. They show you the real path. Come, now I want to listen to real truth. Where's the real truth? To those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy. They have the real truth, real knowledge. They have the real understanding. Listen to them. See, Guru Tattva. We harp on that only because if you don't understand this clearly out there, you can't understand Rasa Tattva and Maya Tattva and Krishna Tattva and Gora Tattvas and all of the devotee tattvas and all these truths. Many wonderful truths. But you have to go through, you have to be like Arjuna. Are you like Arjuna yet? Are you like that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says to Arjuna, you're my disciple and my friend. You're not envious of me, therefore I tell you these things. That's why you see people still have a little envy here. They don't hear me. They come, but they don't quite hear because they're still envious. You can see who that is still. But they will get over it. Then they'll really hear and appreciate. Otherwise, they'll think, oh, what is he doing? I'm envious. I also want to be there where you are, man. I want to be on that seat, man. Why about me? I was initiated before you. Blah, 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 blah. Just keep on coming. Krishna will handle that. We'll make it so that you can be where I am also, even though you're over there, wherever you are. Isn't that where it is? You got to be in the same consciousness. That's what Jesus was saying. Oh Lord, he prayed to the Lord, let them be where I am. Well, you think that's some place? Jesus was with God. How about just being with God? You'll be happy wherever the Lord sends you to do some service. Yeah, because you're where he is, he's where you're at. That's the place to be. That's where the elites go. That's why we're there's a small few, 19 people. This is where the elites are. Eh? Yeah, it's okay to be an elitist. Be this kind of elitist and we make more elitists. We don't keep our numbers small like you guys. You want to keep your numbers small. We want expansion. We want to make more. I want more than 19 elitists here. I want 99 elitists, and then 199, and then 9,000 and 9 million. Let's make more elitists. My Lord is infinite, man. He has infinite energy and power to give to you and me and everybody else. Infinite love, ecstasy, right? Look at all that. He's supporting us. Look at Lalita's love for Krishna. Look at River's love for Krishna. Look at Johan's. Look at boy, man, we're just tap into that unlimited. He can handle thousands and millions and zillions more. That's how much energy is in that, Lord. How much potency. And we're tapped in, and we teach the world how to tap into that. And then you won't be wanting to use others and usurp others' stuff. You don't need their stuff. You don't need to use them as a resource to exploit. You don't need to exploit the gurus. You don't need to exploit Prabhupada, so that you can be something special. You're nothing. You're nothing. You put that goat head on and realize that you're a stupid fool. And then the Lord can use somebody like you. Otherwise, you only, he's using you anyway to fool others. You get them disgusted with following a foolish path. Look at that Daksha. He was a great Brahmin, demigod and everything. All he did, there was no auspiciousness for him. If you got a false ego, there's no auspiciousness. Look at Daksha. He's the lesson, man. No auspiciousness yet. Look at him. They were destroyed. Their teeth were knocked out. Daksha's head was cut off. Was that a bad thing? No, it was great. Knock those teeth out. Man, knock those false egos. Knock it down. Man. Stumble over the real devotees. See? Whatever gets you to fall down before the ultimate truth. That's what we represent. We really do. It's no lie. We represent Krishna, the real Krishna. We represent Radha, the real devotion, the real ecstasy. You want it, you come here because we represent it, and I haven't seen it represented anywhere else. Yeah, you prove that, Mr. That guy over in Russia. What? You represent Radha and Krishna? They're, what's his name? Prem Parojana? You speak really nice and all that, like Narayan Raj and all these things. All right, prove. Let's see some of the love of God that's being communicated into the devotees here. If not, you come here and put your head before this preaching and be a real guru. And stop this line. You think you're in the real line. Just for you thinking you're in the real line with Narayan Raj shows you're not in the real line. See? Because nothing came from that line like this, which is the real deal, which is supposed to come through the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, is love of Krishna, but it's coming through this line. That's why you even here. I was looking for. You remember those? We were in Goa. We met those Narayan Raj devotees. They were going to come to a class, and they got talked out of it. That's another thing showing that it's not the real line. So many the Krishna saying, "You see, you see, you see." That's why you got to represent the real line. You got to show the world you represent the real line. You got to show your disciples you represent the real line because they get something from you. You get the real treasure from you. And they testify. Where's your testimonies out there? What you got from Narayan? What did you get from Narayan Raj? Well, we got knowledge and we could memorize verses and all that. Come on, man. Is that enough for you? Are you really greedy for Radha and Krishna? That's what they teach in that group. You got to be greedy for Radha and Krishna. You got to have spiritual greed. Well, if you had spiritual greed, you would be here. I say, Amy is more greedy than you. Maria is more greedy than you. That should be humbling. That should put a nice goat head on all those guys, all you sannyasis out there. How about Prem Parosia? We'll put a goat head on you. We have more greedy people just coming from the world. Because you don't show up where love of God is. That's greed. Vrindavan is here. Yes, yes, yes. We prove it here every day. You want Vrindavan, it's here, and you're not coming. You ain't got any real spiritual greed. You're just bluffers, talkers, bullshitters. You have only some kind of knowledge, superficial knowledge that's not really deep. Got no love to back it. Ooh, are we severe today? Are we cutting off heads, man? The guillotine is off.
Lovely.
The guillotine's working today. Huh?
The sword of the Lord. The sword or the sword? The sword?
Sword of the Lord. The sword of the Lord. Yeah, and isn't it funny? The like Govinda says, in that pastime. See, this is in our Bhagavatam. Can you imagine? It's so fantastic. I love these stories because they represent all the deep truths, esoteric truths. And proof of that the real guru is here, man, is nobody can tell you these things. They cannot prove that only if Krishna is really behind what you say and Radha, you can know these things, otherwise not. You can't understand why the demons peed all over the Brahmin's sacrifices. Because if there's false ego in it, the Lord doesn't accept. Not really. He doesn't. Oh, what? You got a big false ego, and you got envy and jealousies and all that. I'm sorry, I don't associate with that. So Shiva was teaching them that. Look at them doing all their sacrifices and their worships and everything, and it's considered idol worship. If you don't have love of God, you're idol worship. You're idling away your time. It's not real. I mean, I've always looked at it when I look at people and doing this worship, in ISKCONs and all that. It's so superficial, so superficial. See, it's not real. Real worship, man, is real. Man, is alive. That's only the shadow of the truth. See, the truth is here. The real worship is here. That's the real pleasure of the Lord is here. The ecstasy of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord is here. Deliverance is here. Everything that's real is here. See? Everything that's the shadow is in all these ceremonies, in these dry wafers with a little grape juice on them, and they call that Holy Communion. They call the fire, bananas in the fires. And put a thread around you that is Holy Communion with God. No. Here, Holy Communion is here, man. Hearing the truth, being born of the Word. You see, you people coming, you listen to this word, it works, man. That's proof that God is really working here, because then He'll awaken in you and make you a witness that He's working here. Make this revelation that He's working here. Then you'll say, even though nobody knows, you'll see, God, all these people know because they don't come here. They don't listen. They don't believe in this. Here, and it's not blind belief, man. I think this is pretty convincing. I think I'm telling you what's really in this book. You can check it yourselves. Yeah. If you're a real devotee, your blessings will come true. People will get love of God, right? The book says, I just read that. You can check it yourselves. So that's not blind belief. There's nothing wrong with believing something that's true, right? Because if you believe something that's true, it'll become true for you. The secret that these Illuminatis do, they get you to believe in something that's not true. And therefore your life falls apart. You do stupid things. You think illogically. You become less intelligent because you believe something that's not true. It's the same thing even in religion. That's why we abandon it, like Bhagavad Gita 18:65 and 6. See, they get you to believe in speculation that's not true. They get you to believe that a guru hasn't been delivered, doesn't have love of Krishna, can deliver you. That's not true. That's why it doesn't work. Being with them. You're going there to get Krishna and Radha, you think, but you don't get, because what they're telling you, their word is not true. They are not their word. Simple. The blessings of those who have love of Krishna come true. That's why people get love of God here and nowhere else so far. You put yourself up as Guru Dev, as representing Radha and Krishna Vrindavan, and you can't awaken ecstatic devotion in others, you're not a real guru of this stature. You're just playing games still, like children. We're here, serious deliverance. We're very serious about delivering people, even though we playful and we cut jokes and we have a good time doing it. But this is, on the other hand, very serious. Right, Lalita? Right, River? Are we not serious about our work? Even though we playfully perform it here.
Our life depends on it.
I'm a monk with a goat head. Great, that's it, man. You got the zone. That's it, man. Now you're going to be a quarterback. The prices of food going up. Not here. We're reducing the price for this food. Everywhere else, food prices are going up, right? But not here. This is the real food, man. You eat this, you'll be able to fast if you have to. No problem. You'll increase your bhakti. When I fasted for 30 days, a few times already, what happened was amazing, because I could give more classes, eat more food. I didn't have to digest this other stuff. Also got skinnier, which is good for me, So it was a win-win on all levels. But if you can't eat the word of God, man, you're going to be miserable. Like, these guys, 30 days they had to fast, in the China. Oh, man, we can't eat. They're trying to go out there, trying to get the food this way, that way, get the rich people to buy. They could have just fasted for 30 days and be no problem. Then it's over. Everything's fine. They would have been, but they don't have this food. This is the problem. That's why the Lord does that. Yeah, if they come and say, I'm sorry, there's no 30, you got to be locked down, no food for 30 days. Okay, great, man. Hey, this is a sign for God. I've done this before. I can do it again. I had a great time doing it, so I'll have a great time again, right? no problem.
Yeah.
I actually had 30 days. I would want to do more, actually. Could do
Me
more.
too. Last summer, I had to fast as well. You
You
remember?
had to fast too? Yeah. Yeah. Elevated devotees like yourselves are capable of granting devotional service to the Supreme Lord. See, elevated devotee, you got to be elevated. Are you elevated, man? Elevated beyond the mundane. That's elevated. Not I'm elevated because I memorize the scriptures. I'm elevated because I follow a bunch of rules and regulations, and I've been trained in the ceremonies. Is that your definition of elevated? Well, Lord Caitanya's is, which I'll give you right now, is elevated. You're elevated to love of Krishna. You're a real devotee with real bhakti and real devotion and real intelligence. Oh, those are the devotees who can give you love of Krishna when they're given it. Because if the word was coming out here, oh, Lalita, listen to my word. River, listen to my word. You build temples. You go out there and do rules and regulation. I guarantee you guys would be dry as a bone still. See, you've already done some of that, some of you people out there, and now Krishna's giving you a new word through this fool, this goat head over here. Now, time. Become ecstatic devotee, man. Come here, listen every day. Hear this word, man. Chant with the devotees here, and you'll become ecstatic devotees. You'll get love of Krishna. We'll obtain Vrindavan even in this lifetime. You won't even have to die to go for the pearly gates to open. You'll be wearing the pearly gates. Krishna's the pearly gates. Radha's the pearly gates opened. Where you have to go, and no more going anywhere. You just go somewhere for fun, just to go and share with people. What did Narada Muni? He just goes places for fun. He's got the pearly gates are always open for him. He's wearing the pearly gates. Love of Krishna are his ornaments. He's the door. All devotees. You notice everybody that got association with Narada Muni became true pure devotees, lovers of God, right? Look at that. Isn't it funny? In the Bhagavatam, it's always a pure devotee, always a Srivas type, who he was actually. Always a bona fide spiritual master. Contact with them, what do you get? Only one real thing. Ultimately, love of God. Either you can get it quick, or you go and listen to these people that usurp the devotees' monies and buildings and all that, and the reputations and all that stuff, and become a guru, even though they're not really the high standard guru. That's what you'll get. Long trip, man. You want the long trip, or you want the shortcut? You want to be on the express bus, the express train, or the speed boat, or do you want to be on the slow ferry? Or you want to be in the caboose? God, I love this preaching. Is fantastic here, I mean, I'm just preaching what he's preaching. I love that. Isn't that nice to preach what God preached just as it is? It's wonderful. And to explain it, make it clear, magnify, and clarify.
And easy.
And easy. Oh, man, it's easy just to read what's on the page. This is my teleprompter, man. And then I go off the teleprompter sometimes. Like Trump, he goes off the teleprompter. It's nice when you go off the teleprompter, man. Some new things going on. So, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, I consider that it is due to my great fortune that you are teaching me the process of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. See? And that's whether you know it or know not, that is your great fortune to come and hear real devotional principles. you're being preached real devotional service, to be seeing real devotional service, to imbibe real devotional service in your body, to feel that you are accepted by the Lord. That is your greatest fortune. That is the greatest fortune for these gurus that don't know it. Their great fortune is staring them right in their ears, cleaning their ears. That you think being a good fortune is just to be a big guru with neophyte followers who can't tell where good fortune is? No, the good fortune for their guru, for the gurus and for their followers, is to come here and get love of Krishna. Now that's good fortune. That's stated in the book, and you only get it from those who have love of Krishna. There's no other way, no other way, no other way. You can chant the Hare Krishna mantra till you're blue in your face, and look at this. We have a testimony right there from that devotee. He says he's around devotees. This Ryan here, he says, I'm tired of being around devotees who aren't happy. They don't smile. What? They're chanting Hare Krishna. Why aren't they smiling? Because they got to follow the book, man. You got to have a real devotee preach to you. You got to have a person who smiles first. You know, a devotee who has ecstasy, smiling because of ecstasy. And then you'll be happy chanting, right? Like Lalita, she happy, crazy happy, right? Look at River. She laughs like a mad one. I've been watching her, man. She chants and she laughs and cries and all that stuff. See? So there's proof right there. That's not the real path. That's not the real line. Even though they were initiated, they have relation with Prabhupada. Well, you can come in the real line. The real line is here. The real preaching is here. The real direction is here. The real proper conception is here. Because you're proof of it over there in Sydney. You're not happy devotees. You don't smile. You're narrow-minded, man. Sectarians still. Neophytes. So you want to become spiritually advanced, you want love of God here, come with the smile devotees here. Come smile with us. Come laugh with us. Come cry with us. For God's sake, that's what this book is all about. Devotees like that, laughing, crying, smiling. That's all here. It'll rub off on you. We'll inject you with this. We'll just shoot you with this transcendental nectar, man. Inject it right into you, man. A lot of devotees over there are dying. You know why? They took the shot. I've been watching the things. One guy, well, this guy, and they can't even, they're so dumbed down by their gurus and by the world they believe in. Well, this young devotee, man, from Sydney or wherever he was from, Melbourne or somewhere. Well, he was just such a young devotee. He developed this kidney cancer. Where did that come from? We don't have any idea. We have no idea. No idea. They got the boosters and all that stuff. And all this stuff is rampant now in young people, young devotees. And they can't even put it together. Look how much intelligence you got from your friggin' gurus, man. Not much at all. You're just like these sheeple out there. Can't put 2 and 2 together, you idiots. Are you ready to smarten up, man? Ready to put that goat head on and be a happy devotee?
We get another injection here.
Huh?
We get another injection here.
You come here and get this injection of truth, man. Man, I keep reading the young devotees dying, and I know they're getting that, man, because the gurus are telling them to get it. That's your leaders, your fearful leaders, man. They're afraid. They've always been afraid from the start. When Prabhupada left, they didn't have the power to be with his word. You know, the power to have faith in their guru and feel that how it is. My disciples know. I haven't seen Lalita in a long time. Does she look weak? Does she complain at all? The stronger you get, man, you realize my guru never leaves me. His word is my life. That's what Prabhupada felt. He said, actually, when my guru disappeared, I never left me. I would always have. He had faith, man. He had experience. He was preparing his whole life for his mission. He was already Uttamadikar. And nobody acknowledged him. You see, they couldn't see because they were blind. And these were the ones that even Narayan Raj promoted, the ones who still were blind. Shows you. Sorry, man, you guys don't show anything that is clear to me. Don't show me that you had the power to give love of Krishna to anybody, even though you're going Radhe Radhe and all that stuff. Therefore, it doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, it's impressive to others. Okay, fine. Anybody ready to move on? You want real love of Krishna? What? You want to finish this? You want to go? You want to have Godhead come to you in this life? I even see, you go look at Narayan Raj devotees. They also don't look very happy. I look at, they're all like, doing rituals and etiquettes, just like Daksha, etiquettes and rituals, and still the hearts were still dirty because love of Krishna did not awaken yet. It's love of Krishna, devotion. When that awakens, now your heart's starting to get purified. Now you're starting to understand something. If you can just understand just to come where this is going on, this is a big hurdle. And all you do is stay here and around real devotees, and you will get the blessings of the devotees. You will get love of Krishna like they got. You will be inspired like they are. This is a rare situation, my friends. Usually you find one person that has ecstatic love of God, and they'll either preach Vaidhi Bhakti, to the world and moral principles and all that, or they go to a cave or, somewhere, or like Radhakund or Vrindavan, they sit quietly and chant. But to find the real associates of the Lord Caitanya who are in that mood, and they get the order like Nityananda. See, Nityananda and Advaita got the same order. I got the same order that Nityananda and Advaita got to distribute this ecstatic love. Came through Prabhupada and Krishna. That's why it works. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. I would have been taken from this planet preaching what I did. They had to give the assurance. That's why what we do is different than any other preaching, except Lord Caitanya's. It's the same as that. It's different than any of the contemporary acharyas because they were getting the stage set so that we can dance on it and show the real party and get everybody else to come up on the stage. It's not you guys just stay in the stage. And we acharyas will dance. Or one acharya will dance for the next 10,000 years. And you peons stay in the audience and watch. No, you come and participate there. Get up there, Amy, and do a few Facebook Lives. Man, I want to see it. Go and show those things that you sent to me. I have to read them. I didn't see that. She made some notes. Go out there and read those notes like Govinda. Come on. Dance on the stage. And that goes for everybody. Start dance on the stage. Witness. Be like River and Lalita and Tom. Come have some fun. You can do it. Don't worry. Krishna will protect you. That's the way to find out. When they attack you with the venom, they spit on you. They spit, and then you see Krishna protects you. Go test that power of the Lord. Oops. Is that what I wanted to do? Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah, here we go. Mr. Everything. Oh, everything goes up and down in the material world. Yeah, everything goes up and down in the material world. You notice that? It's very volatile. Now, love of Krishna, it's got a transcendental volatility to it. Yeah, but you really go up and up and up. But it's transcendental volatile. You can't even consider it volatile because it's all for it makes it for the pastimes. I've been noticing in the crypto thing, you watch these people when the Bitcoin goes up, their spirits go up. And when it goes down, I think you poor saps, man. What a ride! And they get a little intoxicated high. This is their happiness. Oh, Bitcoin went up, and then it goes down, and their spirits go down and up and down. What a yo-yos thing, man! After a while, you get burnt out on that. You have to go to groups. They get because it causes like a kind of an addiction. That's what they do on Facebook for people. They get you addicted to these something in the brain. I forgot what it's called. It does something in the brain, and then you have to you get a kind of an addiction. So you got to transcend, huh? What?
Like with gambling.
Yeah, like with gambling and stuff. So they activate. Anyway, that's what the Maya does. But you transcend all of that by getting into Hari Katha. Like here, it's just we get on the high. Of this devotion and this bhakti, which is perfect. It's where everything's supposed to be. It's the perfect healer. It adjusts everything. That's why I never get burned out on Facebook. Why I will get burned out on? I love it, man. Preaching and sharing and connecting. And the only people being burned out on it is because they're in material mellows and you're being jerked around by them. And it stresses the body, actually. It's like taking drugs. Like you get a little high, but then there's a downer, and everything is like that in the world. See, so the Lord wants to teach us, hey man, awaken your spiritual body, get into that. Taste this spiritual nectar. That's what it's about here, man. I know that I can become attached to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna if I can serve pure devotees like yourselves. That's it, man. And it's so simple here. You want to serve a devotee here empowered by Krishna, all you do is come and here, participate. And if you can do more than that, great. If that's all you can do, all right, hey man. It's wonderful. I think it's fantastic service. Give me a chance to speak the glories of the Lord, give you a chance to hear the glories of the Lord and be elevated. We all elevate together. Happy campers. Ooh, 2 hours and I guess I used up my $25 of internet already. I'm still waiting for that SIM. It's everything is slowed up. It stays in one spot, and they got no workers, because everybody's dying because of that, probably, and that's going to be more of that. You're going to see more, there'll be all of a sudden you wonder, where's all the workers? That's what they're doing. They're just, depopulating. They're just, yeah. So anyway.
It's like slow. Turkey is the same system like Mexico, I think. In Turkey, you've got to wait.
Oh, even in America, it's everything slowed down. This thing was waiting there for a couple of days. They don't have enough workers and stuff. And, it's just a time we're living in. It's okay. We have our part. Isn't it nice to have a part in this? And a lot of people commit suicide because they think, well, God, what do I have to do? What do I have to live for? They have nothing to live for because they used to live for like having a good time and family and sense enjoyments and all that. That's why there's no other alternative. You have to develop this now because the elites, they sustain themselves. They can still enjoy. They have their yachts and their money and all that stuff. But us, they're taking all that away. See, so it's the win-lose. Well, that's the darkness, man. That's the Maya. It works. It's always worked like that. So people becoming aware of that. So, hey, man, come over here. Please come over here and live. Come with us if you want to live. Otherwise, you're going to be terminated. Literally. It's a termination thing. It's an extinction. They even talk about it, an extinction event. But here, you cannot extinguish the soul. This, if there's any possibility of saving this planet, this is the way now. Really, we must bring Krishna here. We must bring Radha here. We must bring their love of God here. That is the only thing that's going to save the planet. Even Christians, they kind of know this. They think they got to bring Jesus. They got to bring God here. Got to bring God here. Well, we're already doing that. See? And we just do it more and more and more and more. And it makes a difference. See? People, this goes into the unconscious of others, and they become more conscious. This is our part. This is this is an important part. The chanting of the devotees held back Kali Yuga when they were here. See? You see how it starts advancing again? So the devotees here, now we're bringing back love of Krishna, not just hiding it, bringing it back openly, telling the world, come chant Hare Krishna with us. Come experience the Lord giving us real benedictions, real happiness, of the soul, that we have a soul. That is the real us. Otherwise, you're in the real pus. Very pussy out there. Pussy poison, Get the real us, the real soul. Yeah. And on that, I think we'll take a little break. Oops. Yeah. So give us a word there, River.
Thank you, Maharaj.
I know I went a little overboard today. Sorry about that.
No, it's brilliant. You express it so wonderfully. There's no place like home. There's no place like home, and home is here with our father and mother and the family. And thank you very much. And anyone who comes here, and stays and keeps listening, and it's about, we've kind of fall down, but we get back up, and we kind of fall down. But, those fall downs are places of rest, really. But thank you very much, and it does work. The path is very great. You just have to stay with it and stick with it, and stay in association. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you, Lilita and Tom.
How's it going with Karuna over there? Give us a Karuna report.
It doesn't seem like it's very good, because he's just come away from it all. He's just come away from it all. He's not getting anything. It's just his false ego, that demon that's just controlling him. It's just controlling him, and he just can't seem to get past it. Just get past it. He's trying to look for work at the moment. He's a bit nervous about that. I need to find a new PA. I don't know. I'm slightly concerned about it, but he still has shelter here. He has shelter, given shelter, and he doesn't have to worry about certain things. But now he's on the place and he's going to church. He's into going to church at the moment. It's good, actually. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
He's spending time with people at church.
Maybe that's what he needs, a little Christ in him,
Yeah, it's really nice, actually. It's really, really lovely. And he's met these people. He's been able to do some work for them, so he can use his body as well. Hopefully. And he's still caring for me. He's still caring for me with everything that happens. And yeah, it's a change for me because he's not on that path with me, with doing the service together. But he's in his place doing what he's doing, and I'm just going to allow him to shelter him. And
Sometimes you need it. You might need that step, like, when I first came, I came to Jesus and opened my life. So maybe he just needs that, so good. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. It's nice. Thank you.
Okay. Lolita, give us a word.
My problem is always I enjoyed class that much, but I was too drunk to remember.
You don't have to remember anything.
Everything you said,
It's not about memory, just what comes to mind now.
What comes to my mind now? It's lovely to hear those vibrations over and over and over again. I can't get enough of it. It's really fantastic. It's my food. It's my life. I never want to do anything else anymore. How is it possible that people don't know about this beautiful special life that you get just for free by being connected to a bona fide spiritual master? Stay. You eat the fruits every day. It is so fantastic. Eva as well, she doesn't understand English. She's as fun about it like anything. She's like me. Now my English is better, but for her, she cannot even write anything in English. So she will learn just like me.
Oh, yeah. She likes the vibration, though. She likes the vibration.
Yeah. She feels it. Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. Yeah.
It's a vibration. Yeah, even if you don't understand the English, the energy, you get it energetically.
Yeah, it's a perfect energy. It's the energy that the soul really desires to go to, and it's always getting deeper and deeper. And it's just fantastic. Thank you so much.
See, you had a few things to say. It just comes in spontaneous. You can't live in memory anymore. It doesn't work. You stay in the moment. If something comes, it comes.
Yeah. And I don't want to write down. I don't want to be a student because then I interrupt the flow. I refuse to do that. I really want to stay close and yeah.
Okay, Tom, what do you got?
Yes. I wrote it down what I wanted to say. my enthusiasm is building up, and I'm more and more excited, and it's getting it's really firing up. It's in an outline. It is a small. There's so much happening, and on every angle. From any angle where you look, it's all accumulating. It's all getting more empowered, getting more conclusive, getting more alive. I always come back to this. I come back to this meaning of the word Caitanya. It's living force. Living force. Meaning of the word Caitanya is living force. It comes down to that all the time. There is the source. There is the inspiration. Living force. Caitanya means living force.
Yeah, his living force was Radha and Krishna. Devotion to Krishna was his living force. He lived on that. It gave him a force to live, a force behind his life, and that's being a devotee. That's the same kind of thing happens. We get a force, the living force of Radha, devotion to Krishna, Radha Krishna, devotion to Krishna.
Yeah, and I was thinking about Hanuman. He was the devotee of Ramachandra. he was also he had this enthusiasm. He was so fired up that he lit his own tail and um, set the whole city of Lanka in fire. Yes, he was so motivated. He was so he could move a mountain.
Yeah.
He was so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Nobody could stop him.
Yeah, he was empowered to do that. That's the empowerment. Actually, that's what I was talking about, the friction. So the pastimes, create a friction in that pastime. So Ravana lit his tail on fire. The demons did. See? And so that he used that fire to purify Lanka. See, he used that fire, and that's what he was doing. It's a purifying fire, and that's what the devotees do. And so they, in a sense, they use the preaching. Like I use the fire, see, of what do you call it? The world, the illusion, and we light it up. And we use the truth to light up. It's like and purify the illusion. Same kind of idea. It's a fire. You notice a fire. This truth is a fire. It causes a fire. The illusion burns up, and we go all over the place. Like he was just jumping all over Lanka. I also jump all over the gurus or all over this place, that place, and just light it all up, man, with the truth. Just burn it all down. Burn all the illusion down. That's the elitist ideas. They want to destroy everything and then build up something new. So we have to destroy all of the illusions. See, and what's built is the truth. We do at the same time speak the truth, destroy the illusion, and then truth becomes our life. Devotion becomes our life because we ascertain more truth. See, it just goes on and on. I just it's endless. I could sit here for hours if my body could take it. And it just goes deep. Just like an antasesh. Unlimited energy, unlimited truth, unlimited fire to burn away the illusion. I mean, there's a few logs to burn here. We got a lot of, you notice, to get the fire going, you need logs. You need the earth. See, you need earthly things. And that's how this is working here. Okay? Highest truth and the logs. Burn up the logs, man. Then all you got is fire. And then the fire is cool. See, fire, I love this fire. This is why you see Lily say, I love this fire. See, she loves being in the fire. There was a time the logs were burning, and it was sometimes she liked it, and sometimes it was a little painful. The logs are burning, And then when they're all burnt, no more fuel, then it's just all fire, man. Just fire, man. Just fire everything. Like Hanuman, jump all over the place and burn every illusion down.
Yeah, Tom, how do you call Pinkster in English? Do you know that?
The celebration of the Holy Ghost, the appearance of the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, how do you? I like that fire.
Yeah, so the question is the end of the world coming? The end of the world as it is. Yeah, and now the spiritual world is coming. So the end of the material world is coming, and the spiritual world is coming here. It's already been predicted. This is a golden age. Lord Caitanya doesn't come just for some small thing. Are you kidding? He brought thousands of devotees, if not millions, from the spiritual dimension. What, for one little 48 years? What, did Jesus just come for that 3-year ministry? You could see he came for a lot more. It's all working together. It's all part of it. It's a new world. We're meant to be in spirit, for God's sake. We're not this body. Now it's time to know and not just give a night, I'm not this body class for 40 years and still believe I'm this body. No, it's time to know for sure you're not this friggin' body, man. You're the spiritual body. I'm tired of looking at all these empty women and men walking down the street of Playa, showing off their empty, dead bodies, literally dead, no life in them. They're spending all that time, precious time in a beauty parlor or pumping iron, just to go in there and get a big false ego rush. What is that? It's an illusion. Sick of it. Disgusted. So much so I'm going to do more kirtan now, more sankirtan out there. Get them to realize their spiritual body. They can still have their beautiful bodies. That's fine. But, come on, let's get a spiritual body activated here, for God's sake. Okay, I'm going, man. I'll see you guys later. I got a lot of comments here. Dopamines. What else we got here? The release of endorphins. Yeah. Well, a lot of my God, I didn't know I had so many comments. Gauri Bhakti Club lights up the darkness of this world. Yeah. Okay, man. So we'll be back. Hey, still 18 people here. Who are all these people anyway? Okay, anyway, whoever you are, thank you for coming. Talk to you later.